Okay, so there were some questions on how we should go ahead and graph this function, right? Especially on here. So most of you guys can do it by hand, but how do you graph it on WebAssign? So the first thing that you want to go ahead and do is click on the parabola, right? So you notice that it's squared, so we know that this is going to be a parabola. So I'm going to click on that, and then it asks us for the vertex and for a point, right? So the vertex is easy, right? Especially when we have it in vertex form, right? We know that this one's always going to be the opposite sign. So this is going to be positive 5. So I'm going to put positive 5 here. And then the vertex, I'm sorry, the y value is going to be positive 3. So this one doesn't change sign. The middle one changes sign. This one doesn't change sign. So this is just going to be positive 3. Okay. So now what we got to do is now we got to figure out what is my other point. So he asks you for another point because it doesn't know, okay, well, is it really, really skinny? Is it really, really, is it more spread out, right? Is it going down? What, I don't know, right? So we want to go ahead and plug on another point. So this is a point that you have to go ahead and plug in by hand, right? You can choose any point, right? So something that will really maybe might help, right, is plug in maybe 0 or a point close to 5, right? It's close to the vertex. So I'm going to click on 4, right? So let's click on 4. So when x equals 4, what is the y value? So let me go here. So I'm going to plug in the value of 4. So I'm going to plug in x equals 4. So when x equals 4, I'm going to plug it in here, right? So f of 4 equals 4 minus 5 whole quantity squared plus 3. So I'm going to get negative 1 squared plus 3. Then I'm going to have 1 plus 3 gives me 4. Okay. All right. So then when I plug in the value of x equals 4, my y value is going to be 4. So I got the point 4 comma 4. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and plug in here. I'm going to put a 4 here. I'm going to put a 4 here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me exit from here. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in the value of 4 here. I'm going to plug in the value of 4 here. Okay. All right. And now we have our parabola. So you can go ahead and fill it if you want, right? So it looks much more cleaner. And this will help you out in sketching this graph. So click on this button, put in the vertex, and then put in another point. Okay.